Hello, I'm back. I'm back. I squeezed this live in. I was gonna do Wade Wilson next, and I figured, okay, maybe I can come on here and we can do Kenzie for like an hour or so. So hello, hi. Yes, we are doing Kenzie right now. Can you guys see me and hear me? It's been an issue with StreamYard. They changed their interface, so it's been a mess for us over on the other end. Oh, man. So please let me know. Hello. Hi. Okay. Don't get confused. Don't get confused. We're reading Kenzie Instagram messages, not Dom and Kenzie messages. So don't be confused. There's a difference. There is. The Instagram messages are through metadata, and then the text messages with Dom are through Celebrate. So there's a little bit of a difference. So either way, it's still Kenzie. I realized we didn't finish going through those. We were about halfway done, maybe. I don't know that we'll get through all of them today. I might have to make a final live for the Instagram messages tomorrow. I don't know if they even consist of anything relevant, but I have been enjoying going through these, so I want to finish them all the way out. So we are gonna catch up on that tonight. Thank you for being here. Hello, hello, welcome back. I saw Old Days. I saw Tippy, Elijah. Hello, hello, Crease. I missed the last one. Okay, okay, cool. You've been replaying the playlist. Kenzie's crazy. I've been listening to text all day. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so you've been playing the playlist. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hello, William. Good to see you. This is never boring. Thank you, Debbie. Good to see you, Debbie. I saw hello, a psycho nerd. Okay, I think I've seen everybody. Robert, hello, hello. Mal and Monica. Okay. So we left off on, I believe, page 807 with some of these people. I don't know who they are, but that's fine. Let's see. Hey, Shanta. So it was on the previous, remember, these are Instagram, not text messages. So last messages were from B Jules. Now it's 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗓𝗕𝗏. 𝗕𝗕𝗏𝗔𝗓𝗏 says hello on June 9th of 2022. Hello, can I ask, how did you start modeling? Kenzie says, I'm gonna send you a voice message. So she sends a voice message. Another voice message. This E person says, oh, thank you, smiley. I did try and I failed multiple times. Kenzie says, girl, keep trying. You're hot AF. How tall are you? The person E responds, 5'2". You have to be about 5'3". Kenzie says, just say you're 5'3". I thought you were taller. 𝗕𝗕𝗏𝗔𝗓𝗏 says, that's true, dude. Not gonna lie. I've stalked your Insta and I was like, damn, girl, you're thriving. Like, damn, I wish I had your body. Kenzie says, girl, on June 10th. Girl, stop. I love you. You're so gorgeous and you have an amazing body as well. You could easily model, bitch. You just got to put some effort into it. Just start acting and posting like a model, and soon enough, you will be a model of manifestation. Wait, you will be a model of manifestation is key to a thriving life. Okay. Hey, Randy. No. Uh, not not the model. Okay, so the person E says, smiley. Thank you. And I'll probably turn my account into that. Thank you very much. It really does mean a lot. Kenzie says, if you have any questions, ask girl. Happy or what? Ask girl and apply to 𝗲𝗲𝗏 modeling model. I'm in the program right now. Oh my God. We've talked about this before. 𝗲𝗏𝗏? Is it 𝗲𝗏𝗏 or 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏? Wait, I feel like we've had this conversation many times before because a lot of you said you loved 𝗲𝗏𝗏. Please don't, Kenzie, please don't model. First one, 𝗲𝗏𝗏, Cree? We have. Is this like deja vu or what? She says the person 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗓𝗃 says, "Ooh, you go, girl." Okay, the next thread is that one ends there. Catherine. Catherine says on January 10th, 2022, "Hey, would you be interested in these True Religions? They're a size 25 low rise. I don't fit them." She sends a photo and another photo. She says, "They're just basic ones. They do look better on, of course." Kenzie says, "OMFG. Those are cute as fuck. I'm a 22 though." I don't know what she meant by that. Catherine says, "It's okay, Smiley. Just checking." Kenzie says, "I love you." Catherine likes the message. On January 13th, Kenzie says, "OMG." Catherine likes the message. And then it jumps to June 9th. Catherine says, "Spit out my water for real though. Like we know you ain't trying. Say it as a compliment. So shut up." In response to Kenzie's story. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate you for the cash app. This person doesn't sound like they're being very nice. Spit out my water. Ah, for real though. Like we know you ain't trying to say it as a compliment. So shut up. Oh, okay. No, it's not. It's fine. Kenzie says, "For real, I hate passive aggressive compliment people be so weird." Catherine says, "So weird. Like I'm not bothering no one, so don't bother me." Okay. The ocean cleanup. Next thread. Kenzie says on June 9th, "How can I work with you guys?" The ocean cleanup sends like, "Okay, thank you for your interest. There's full-time volunteer and intern opportunities, etc., etc." Kenzie says, "Thank you" on June 9th. Nick on March 24th, 2022. In response to Kenzie's story, Nick says, "Yo, what 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 up? What is girl code? Oh, let me start over. Yo, what is girl code? Please tell me. I think it's affect me hella." Kenzie says on March 27th, "Pretty much don't fuck with some girl you dated best friend because you're breaking girl code." Nick says on June 8th, "Big drip," in response to Kenzie's story. The next day he says emojis to Kenzie's story. So whoever that is. BC. BC says on January 21st, "If I could go back to school, I would. Hated high school, but miss it somehow." In response to Kenzie's story, Kenzie says on January 21st, 2022, "This is why I don't know if I should stay or not. Like, I don't want to miss it." BC says, "If I were you, I'd stay. You're just going to be bored AF at home, I feel like. Enjoy it while you can." Kenzie sends emojis. BC likes the message, sends emojis. And then Kenzie says on March 26th, "Get that shit before it's like $500. BC says, "Girl, I did. That's what I was thinking." Likes the message. BC says, "It's so cute." Kenzie says, "It's a cute ass little dress. Your baby's going to be adorable. I'm so excited to see her little face." BC likes the message and says, "Me too. I'm about to have her dressed the cutest. When she bigger, I'm going to have her matching and fits with me." Kenzie says, "I love you, queen." BC likes the message on April 10th and says, "Love you too, pretty." April 28th, Kenzie says, "Hey, babe, where are you? Get your hair. I want a ponytail extension for prom, but I don't know where to find a good one." BC says, "Amazon or Luxe hair store in Lorraine." Likes a message. Kenzie says, "Which one do you think would be better for a ponytail extension?" BC says, "Honestly, either. Actually, no, go to Amazon because I forget my hair is black and I'm pretty sure all their hair is black at Luxe, at least most of it. Just look up pony extensions on Amazon." Kenzie says, "Okay, thank you. I love you, bitch." BC sends an attachment on June 8th. Kenzie says, "OMG, thank you." And BC sends emojis. Next person, 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗓𝗔𝗓. What is that? I don't know. VRX. We'll just say VRX. February 2nd. Kenzie says, I miss homecoming. It was so fun. VRX says, yeah, I don't know what that could mean. Says, miss you, queen. February 15th. This is giving euphoria vibes, and I'm so here for it in response to Kenzie's story. Kenzie says, I love you. And then it jumps to May 6th. This person responds to Kenzie's story and says, you really do. Kenzie says, stop. I love you. VRX says, oh, and I got you like 60 votes today. Me, you, and K. Me, you, and J. Sorry. Well, that was her error, not mine. Kenzie says, what does that mean? 𝗕𝗏𝗖𝗕? What? As we should. I love you so much. If a basic bitch wins, I'm going to be so mad, said Kenzie. I wonder if this was for best dressed. Or is it like prom queen or some shit? Always leeching off somebody. Is this when she didn't win best dressed? I can't remember. Hey, Lala. Ocean cleanup? Yeah, right. Okay. So Kenzie says, if a basic bitch wins, I'm going to be so mad. Kenzie says, I love you. Verna, VRX? Sorry, VRX says, haha, I know. You're so nice, even though I feel you're popular, so it would be nice if you won. I don't care if I win, I just want to get on court. Kenzie says, stop. I would almost just rather you win. You deserve it. I literally love you so much. It better be us three. VRX says, well, at this point, the amount of people that I saw voted for us three, if it's not, I'll be mad. Sus. Kenzie says, LMAO. Bye, OMG. They hate to see us winning. VRX says, no girls, especially Jay, like he's so sweet and people are such a bitch to hun. Kenzie says, no, if Jay doesn't win, I will be pissed. There will be a riot. VRX says, haha. Kenzie says on May 22nd, in love. Oh, wait, no, sorry. VRX says, in love to Kenzie's story, and then sends emojis to Kenzie's story. Next thread, Coach Lays on January 2nd sends emojis to Kenzie's story. Kenzie says, I know. Coach Lays likes the message. Sends emojis to Kenzie's story. Okay, they're sending emojis. Coach Lays says, happy birthday to Kenzie's story on February 4th, but Kenzie says it's my friend's birthday, not mine. Coach Lays says, I was helping you wish her a happy birthday, and sends emojis, and then says on February 18th, wait, Coach Lays is Dom? Says on February 18th, it's Dom. My main phone died. Running to 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 So I wonder if this is one of his friends. Coach Lay's? Kenzie says, "Kay, hurry, bring Starbucks. Tell Dom to bring me Starbucks. LOL. Make sure to tell him." Where is Dom? Coach Lay says, "I don't know." And then it jumps to the 24th, and Coach Lay says, the one in the red kind of looked like a man," in response to Kenzie's story. Kenzie says, "It is, I think. LOL. Coach Lay sends emojis. Kenzie sends emojis. Coach Lay's respond to Kenzie's story on the 25th and says, "Melatonin or edibles?" And then responds emojis again on March 3rd, March 11th, and May 25th, and June 1st. Who is this? It must be one of Dom's friends. June 6th, responds emojis again to Kenzie's story. Sends a photo. On June 6th, Coach Lay says, "Ask Chris how she feels about me posting this." Kenzie says, "Toph or Dom's mom?" Coach Lays says, Sis, that's Chris. Question mark? That your friend? Kenzie says, that's Karina, my friend. Coach says, oh, okay. That looks like Christine from that angle. I don't know what the hell that was about. Twisty is the next thread. March 24th. Twisty says, what's poppin'? Kenzie says, what's up, Twisty? Twisty says, how are you? Kenzie says, I would be great if you pulled up to Cleveland, LOL. Twisty says, when? Kenzie says, whenever, on March 26th. Kenzie says, I'll be in Florida next month, the 15th through the 21st, though. Twisty likes the message. June 4th sends a message and says, what's up? No response from Kenzie. Project 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗓𝗂𝗦? Kenzie sends an attachment on June 2nd. Nug took these. Sends a picture of herself. Project Pizza says, crushing it, Kenzie. Thanks for the support. Kenzie says, we love the food. Project Pizza likes it. She's sending her picture to a bunch of like brands. This one's 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗏𝗦. Kenzie sends her pictures. They don't respond. Then the next thread is with David. David says on May 30th, sorry for bothering you. Kenzie says, question mark. I only see one message, girl. David says, I'm contesting for an ambassador slot at online influencers program. Can you vote for me? Kenzie says, sure. What is the contest, girl? David says, I'll request a link and Instagram will send it to you. That was the end of that. 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝗆𝗔𝗓. Kenzie says, 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝗆𝗆 says, nice, super long claw nails. I saw your profile on TikTok there on March 21st. What color are they exactly in length? Someone's asking for her nail information, which is weird because we know about the nails. She only does her nails on one hand. I don't remember why. Rugs, food, text, emotional breakdown. Can I come over? What about no? Repeat daily. Makilla disgusts me. So does Sarah Boone. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, beautifully broken is what I meant to say. Yeah, one hand. Karina says, or Kenzie says on January 2nd, light message unavailable. Kenzie says WTF. Karina says, I don't know. Kenzie sends an attachment on January 11th. Some weird clothing, I think, link. Kenzie sends another attachment. Karina likes the message, says, OMG, I don't know why it's sent to 80 times. No. That's Kenzie. And then Kenzie says, I didn't even mean to send that to you, LMFAO. Karina says, LMAO, I have to sneeze. She says, I wonder if you got like hacked or something. Kenzie says, bro, nah, I'm so confused. I probably fell asleep on the phone. With emojis. Karina says, LMAO. I didn't know how to respond, so I just liked. Kenzie said, nah, because I would be like, what the F? It's not even cute. Karina says, haha, yeah, I know. I mean, a little. Kenzie says, it would look nice on you, not me. Karina says, nah. Then on June 1st, Karina sends an attachment to Kenzie. Next thread, luxury bag sharing. Kenzie says, hi. Luxury bag says, that's so weird. Says, hi, I have sent the LV bag to you. This is a tracking. Please check it. Sends a tracking number. They send a photo. Kenzie says, I'll check right now. I'm excited to review. Would you mind sending me the link again so I could add to my link tree? Luxury says, there's no link yet. Kenzie says, okay, sounds good. Luxury likes a message. May 25th. Luxury says, hi. I see you received the LV bag, right? Kenzie says, I'm checking my P.O. box later today. Let me see if it's there. Luxury bag says, okay. These are just like sponsors, I guess, who Kenzie's trying to be famous with. Kenzie says, "It came. I'm recording a video right now. Can you send me the link?" Luxury says, "Hi," on the same day. "Yes, here's the link." Sends a link to Kenzie. Kenzie says, "Thank you so much. I'll add the link ASAP." Luxury likes a message and says, "Thank you." The next one is hot. Wait, him and hims. Kenzie says, "Hot as hella." Hot and hims reacts. They say the prettiest to Kenzie. Next thread is Janelle. Janelle says emoji to Kenzie's story. Kenzie says on March 21st, literally F TikTok. Emoji. Janelle says on TikTok, IG, what? On TikTok ain't shit compared to IG. You was my favorite TikToker. F TikTok. So this must have been when Kenzie's TikTok got shut down. Janelle likes the message. May 24th, Janelle says, "What the F, bro?" Kenzie says, "So effing gross, right? I got the website taken down." I wonder what that was about. I hate spoons. Hey, Timo, good to see you. I'm sorry if I missed you. I was reading, so I'm just now catching up on the chat. But good to see you. Sophia says, Kenzie sends an attachment to Sophia on January 16th. Kenzie says, "Please get some of these." Sophia likes the message, Okay, bet. Sends an attachment, emojis. Kenzie says on February 15th, "Bitch, those are sexy AF." Like, sends emojis. Then Kenzie says, "He better start treating you better," in response to Sophia's story. March 27th, Sophia says, "I'm about to kill him." Kenzie says, "What he do this time?" Kenzie sends, "Okay." Kenzie says, "I'll kill him for you, LOL." Sophia says, likes a message and says, "I'm dead AF." Kenzie says, "Don't let him treat you bad. You're sexy as fuck." Sophia likes the message, says, "Bitch, I love you." Kenzie says, "Love you more." April 8th, Kenzie responds to her story and says, "Yes." Sophia likes the message. Sophia says, "Nosy mother effers." Kenzie says, "Yum," on May 13th to her story. Sophia likes it, says, "I love these so much." May 24th, Sophia says, "WTF to Kenzie." Kenzie says, "I'm so disturbed." Sophia says, "Look at this." Kenzie says, "Oh God." Sophia sends a photo. Sophia says, "I blocked off the dick, but what the F?" Kenzie says, what the F?" Kenzie says, "Who the F sent you that?" Sophia said, "Some random ass account." Oh, so she looks like she got a picture of a DICK. Weird. Spider says on April 10th, "Hey, do you have the video of the girl saying the N-word?" Kenzie says, "From Strongsville, question mark." Sends a April 10th, Kenzie sends a video. Kenzie says, "Yes, I do, LMAO." Spider says, "Bet, thanks." Likes a message. And then Spider says on May 23rd, "How the F they get verified?" Kenzie said, "I report the website and got it taken down. So now it's the only account." Shake my head. What website did Kenzie get taken down? Spider says, "Good shit. Scary AF. People be doing weird shit with catfish photos." Oh, so it must have been somebody that was using Kenzie's photos. Okay, Kenzie, chill out. You're not that important. Ray Ann says on May 23rd, "Girl, this is insane. I'm so sorry. Please be safe. people are crazy these days in response to Kenzie's story. Kenzie says, please report. Rayanne says, I got you. State management. Kenzie sends a link to them. She says, please scout me. I applied. She's so desperate to be a model. Sky says, new thread, May 4th. Hey, I'm one of your dad's students, and he told me you did nails. I was wondering if you could do mine for graduation. I can pay however much it cost. Kenzie says, how long do you get your nails usually? Sky says, like medium length. Kenzie says, what date would you need them done, girly? Sky says, May 30th. Also, you're literally so pretty. Hey, maybe I can get my nails done on the 29th because the 30th is a Monday. Kenzie said, okay, thank you so much. How much time exactly do you have? Because I'm not going to lie, it takes me pretty long to do acrylics, especially based on what you want. Who would want Kenzie to do their nails? I'm screaming. Do you want Kenzie to do your nails? One hand. She says, Sky says, I'll have a good amount of time. I'll tell my uncle to probably take me or my friend, but I'll have time. And you take cash, right? Also, your dad talks about you a lot at school. He always says I remind him of you. I keep telling him how pretty you are. Okay, wait. So one of Steve Shirilla's students is talking to him about getting her nails done with Kenzie. And Kenzie, this girl is saying that Kenzie is pretty. And I guess Steve talks a lot about Kenzie at school. And he told this girl, oh, you remind me of Kenzie. She would probably harass them to ask her to do their nails. If it is what I think it's just a bots. Wait, what are you talking about, pizza? What did I miss? So she says, I keep telling him how pretty you are. Kenzie says, literally so sweet. Yeah, I could probably only take cash because I don't have Cash App or anything like that. Could you send me a picture of what you would want on your nails so I can let you know if I could do that 100%? And that would probably work for me. We would probably get along then if that's what he says. Sky likes a message and says, he always tells me that. Kenzie said, send me a picture of what you want done to your nails, bae, and what time you would want to come. Sky likes a message. She sends a photo, sends another photo, says, I'm thinking something like this, probably around 2-ish, whichever one is easier for you. Kenzie said, to be honest with you, I could try with the flowers, but I'm not sure if I could do them. I could definitely do a good French tip, though, and I have the perfect tips for those nails. Yeah, I don't know why you want Kenzie to do your nails. Sky says, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you could do little hearts instead. Kenzie says, oh, I could probably do little hearts. I've done big on myself before. Sky likes the message. Says, oh, okay, that's good. She says on May 8th, hey, I might have to cancel that appointment depending on if I get ungrounded or not. Kenzie says, I mean, I could always come to you if it makes it easier. I feel bad for you, girl. What did you do? LOL. She says, I'm super spontaneous, so you can literally text me whenever and I can do your nails whenever. Sky likes the message and says, okay, thank you so much. Then on the 23rd, Sky says, bro, what the F? That's weird. Kenzie says, bro, I'm stressed out right now. It's so gross. Sky says, don't worry about it, really. Report it and tell your friends to report it. The fake profile of Kenzie. Zanny on February 15th, new thread. I'm sorry, February 25th. Says, drink milk and exercise, then get violently high and sleep in the dark. In response to Kenzie's story. Kenzie sends emojis. Zanny says on March 29th, emojis. May 23rd, I got you. Zanny sends a picture, sends another photo to Kenzie, another photo. Kenzie says on May 23rd, it's so effed. Thank you, Bar, says Kenzie. Zanny says, I reported everything. Kenzie said, this is so stressful. Like, who the F does this shit? Zanny says, I got you. Facts. Weirdos. Grayson, Grayson says on May 23rd to Kenzie, folks weird. Kenzie says, please report. It's so nasty. Grayson says, I am. I blocked him too. Kenzie said, thank you so much. This is so fucking stressful. Grayson says, no problem. Okay, so Kenzie was getting, somebody was trolling her. And so she's like all upset about it. She's having people freaking block the account. So AG says on May 23rd, AG sends a photo to Kenzie and says, bruh. Kenzie says, not me, report. AJ likes the message. Natalie says on January 19th, 2022, so effing hot, in response to Kenzie's story. Kenzie says, I love you. Natalie says, Miss Girl on March 29th. And then Kenzie sends emojis. Natalie says on May 23rd, period, in response to Kenzie's story, sends her emojis. Okay, that's the end of that thread. Alyssa says on January 16th, OMG, I remember this, in response to Kenzie's story. Kenzie says, I miss it. Alyssa sends on May 21st, Mom and Dad looking good, in response to Kenzie's story, I think meaning about a picture of her and Dom. Kenzie says on May 21st, I love you. Alyssa likes the message. RMZ says on May 18th, hey, I want to repost one of your TikToks with the song from me. Let me know if it's okay. Kenzie says, sure. What video? Just give me credit. RMZ says, okay, cool. And sends an attachment. Skims. Oh, this is when she reached out to Skims. Alicia says, she can't make it past the 9th grade and you want her to do your nails. Who would want, I don't know who would want Kenzie to do her nails. And why is she thinks she's a Skim models. No, it was a different Natalie and Mallory. We have a I Hate Kenzie Club and Mallory as a president. Kenzie sends to Skims, please bring back pink lace on January 14th. And then February 9th, she says, I want a model for you. And then on February 11th, she sends an attachment. March 8th, she sends an attachment. March 15th, Kenzie says, you guys need more petite models. I'm your perfect candidate. I got the perfect body, the perfect curves, and the perfect face. I'm perfect for the Skims wear. Do you hear this? Kenzie literally just said she's perfect for being a Skims model. Skims, the Kim Kardashian brand. She literally says, I have the perfect body and the perfect curves and the perfect face. Don't get mad at me. Kenzie, that's what she said. She said she has the perfect body and the perfect face. Who in the chat agrees with that? Because I know some of you are screaming right now. She is. She's spamming the brands. Actually, I can't believe that. I'm getting mad at you, Melly. Why? Because Kenzie has the perfect body and the perfect curves and the perfect face. That's your girl, not mine. Oh my gosh. And then she spams them again on April 27th. She sends a picture. Then she says on May 12th, put me on your PR. Dude, I'm going to make a short about this. Kenzie harasses Skims. She says, put me on your PR. You guys need petite models. Get skinny models, like petite women, like me. Skims never responded. So the conversation ends there. Oh, shit. They don't respond to her. Are we surprised? No. Next, invest with Belinda. Sends Kenzie a message. The thread ends there. Didn't go very far. Landon. April 12th. Landon says sponsorship opportunity. Kenzie says on May 9th, sure, I'm interested. Tell me more. Landon said, awesome. Here's our website. Tell me what looks good and we'll send it to you. Just brainstorm a few videos while you wait. And then sends another message and then says, how old are you, by the way? Kenzie never responds. The thread ends there. Next person, 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗗. Kenzie says on May 9th, you snitch, 𝗵𝗔𝗔𝗃. Pussycat. I didn't say it. Kenzie said it. May 9th. You snitch, 𝗵𝗔𝗃. Take that angel number out the bio with your snitch ass. And then Kenzie says, snitch. 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗃 says, shut your skinny ass up. Since when was you an agent? 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗃 sends an Instagram photo. Then 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗃 says on May 9th, anorexia calling. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, who is this person hating on Kenzie? This person said anorexia calling. Kenzie said someone's upset. Jail time is calling. And that was the end of the threat. Bree says on February 6th, I don't know you, but I love you. Brielle says, it's the babe with the glasses for me. I love. Kenzie says, stop. I love you. Thank you, babe. Bree likes the message and says, of course. Kenzie says, holy ... what happened? And they just pull out the new bill here where anyone over 21 can have a gun. Bree says, I have no idea. Sucks. It sucks. Then Bree likes Kenzie's story and says, hand me downs. Kenzie says, so hot on May 7th. Bree says, thank you, AF. Power of Publish says, hi, sweetie. I'm Mia, manager of DH-Gate. I saw your TikTok and I really love it. So we want to invite you to consider that help us promote our web and product. How do you think, honey? Are you interested to do this? Cooperate? Please feel free to ask. This kind of sounds like a scam. Kenzie says, I'm in. Thank you for reaching out. Power of Publish sends a photo and says, which one do you want, honey? Kenzie said, the orange is nice. Power says, this one, honey? And sends a photo. Kenzie says, yes, please. Power of Publish says, cool. Just let me know your size and shipping info for us to ship the item. Power of Publish asks for all of her contact information. Kenzie sends it all. Says, size 7. Thank you for working with me. I'm excited to make a video. Power of Publish says, thank you, honey. I hope we have a very happy cooperation. Kenzie sends emojis. On April 16th, Kenzie says, hey, could I have the link to the dunks? Do I need to make the link personalized or will it be personalized by you? Power sends a link and says, here's a link, honey. Please put it in your bio. That's all. Kenzie says, I will ASAP. Thank you again for working with me. I'm excited to make my video. Power of Publish likes it. Kenzie says, it's in my link tree. Power of Publish says, thank you, my love. Likes a message. Kenzie says on April 25th, the shoes arrived. I will be posting a review today or tomorrow. They look amazing. Power of Publish likes the message and says, I'm so happy you like it. Kenzie said, I just posted a video of the shoes. So I guess she really was a model. Total scam, honey. Total scam. Dude, do you want Kenzie to model clothes for you? So Skims model is a skinny model. No, Skims is a Kim Kardashian brand, and Kenzie thought she was a model for them. She's telling everybody she got a modeling gig. 𝗕𝗔𝗔𝗓𝗏, please come to Mellyverse. Hey, she's a Skims model. Her asking tactics are so obvious. Model for what? Cheerios? Dude, I don't know. Next thread. Ban says, May 3rd, wanna be my sugar baby and get $600 twice a week? And how old are you? What the? Is this when the foot sex happened? She says, I'm 18. What are the expectations of this? $600 sounds great. Ban likes the message and says, okay, have you ever had a sugar mummy before? Wait, what? A sugar daddy and then says sugar mummy. Kenzie doesn't respond. We know she was sending, pictures of her kitty and stuff on the Snapchats. We're just repeating what we saw in the Snapchats. It's not my fault. Don't come for me for just speaking the truth. She was literally selling herself on Instagram too. If you want pics, you could. She had them on her snaps and stuff. And now she's gonna be like a little sugar baby. It's in here. It's in the text message. I'm being an ass. Mummy. Sugar mummy. Doesn't she know what mama our baby is? She's so sad, for real. Dude. Why wasn't she reported to CP? Dude. Let's move on. I'm traumatized. Vivi says, Kenzie says on February 9th, add me, slump babe. Vivi likes the message, says, okay, word. I have to download Fortnite. I mostly play Cold War because I just got it. I have GTA 2, but it's a disc and takes forever to download. So I'd rather play Cold War till I'm bored of it so it can download. Kenzie says, bitch, yes. I never played Cold War, but I got GTA. Vivi likes the message, says, word. I'll download it. April 27th, Kenzie says, so fine. Vivi sends hearts, likes her message. Sneaks. Another promotion. Sneak says, hi, dear friend. Are you interested in cooperatives? Kenzie says, hi, I would love to work together. Sneak says, okay, dear. Sends a link. Sends my DH Gate store. Kenzie sends a photo and another photo. April 27th, she says, whatever one that you want me to review, I could do. Sneak says, what pair do you want? I send you 2 pairs. You can add my link to your link tree. Kenzie says, sure, I'll add both links. Sneak says, okay, dear, what size do you want? And give me your address. Okay, Dunk pair, same size too. When can you change your link tree, my link to your link tree store? Kenzie says, yes, please. And I'm headed home right now to add the links. Smiley. Sneak says, okay, dear. Thank you very much. Kenzie says, thank you for working with me. April 27th, Sneak says, do you have WhatsApp? Kenzie says, yes, I do. It's the same phone number for the shipping. Sneak sends a number. Kenzie says, yes. Sneak says, I have to write you on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp is this. She says, please help us send address. Use WhatsApp. 𝗕𝗥 says, thank you, then sends a photo. 𝗕𝗥 says, TikTok no open. Kenzie says, yeah, I got a video taken down, but I'll be public on the 5th. That's why I had to go private. 𝗕𝗥 sends an Instagram photo and says, this link, you can get commission. I checked DHgate, no find the links. Kenzie says, yes, I used the link customizer, so I'm pretty sure I can get commission. 𝗕𝗥 says, okay, thank you. Let me try to update with logo links. You get how many order from the links? Kenzie says, yeah, I don't know if I'm doing the customizer right because so far I've only made $20 from commission. Let me know. 𝗕𝗥 says, total only $20. Instagram sends an Instagram attachment. Says, my friend one day gets 77. Kenzie says, yeah, I will show you my total in commission. Maybe I'm doing something wrong with the links. Kenzie sends an attachment. 𝗕𝗥 says, yes, he can't get commissions. I have checked. They don't work in DH. 𝗕𝗥 says, his links is custom links. No get AF affiliate. You can try again. You this money, I think, get from Sandal's order. Kenzie says, how do I make custom links that are not part of the affiliate program? 𝗕𝗥 says, our every order can get about 2 USD commissions, 3 to 4. Kenzie says, okay, cool. I can check my transaction record to see. 𝗕𝗥 says, sorry, no. Kenzie sends an attachment. 𝗕𝗥 says, they from which link can see it? You copy this link to DHgate, check how much commissions or no work. I'm dying right now. So she's not getting commissions. There are no doubts. What is going on? Why is she doing this shit? That's how desperate Kenzie was. I'm screaming. What the hell is she doing talking to these shady ass scammers? What's cooperative? They mean like collaboration. She ran all over her parents. Dude, she's getting ripped off. She's an idiot. She's getting scammed. Melly, I hope you have a ton more of those. Dude, she's like sending her address and shit. I'm screaming. Kenzie says, I already put it through there, so I think it actually is going to work. You can check now. This is what I use, right? 𝗕𝗥 says, before, maybe after they can close affiliate. You copy the link in here. Show how much get commissions. Kenzie says, yeah, they have been updating the affiliate program, so I can't request sample products anymore. I can only do one at a time. Kenzie says, all right, cool. That sounds good. 𝗕𝗥 says, okay. The next day, hi, friend. You can delete other shoe links. Only keep my store. So our can cooperation or send you 2 pair sneakers. Kenzie says, oh, sure. I'll link your whole store. 𝗕𝗥 says, no. If no delete other sneaker link, our can't change cooperation. Kenzie says, I'm confused. Do you want me to delete the links and the link to the whole store? Or do you want me to keep the links? 𝗕𝗥 says, I want you to delete other sneaker link, only cooperatives with my sneaker links. Are we watching like a full-blown scam right now? They're like having her delete all these other dude, I'm screaming. They're passing her name around. Dev not collabing. She doesn't get it. Trusting a name 𝗕𝗥. I thought you were so smart, Kenzie. Natalie, come get your fucking daughter. You have her over here selling herself on IG, and now she's getting scammed. 𝗕𝗥 says, I can ship you sneaker. Kenzie says, I have to keep the other links because I work with other people other than just you. Are we working together or no? 𝗕𝗥 says, if you keep other people, we cannot cooperate. Kenzie says, so are you saying we can't work together because I work with other people? I'm going to remove your link then if we're not working together. 𝗕𝗥 says, other people is okay, but sneaker people, delete it. Only link us. Kenzie says, I work with other sneaker accounts too. I'm going to have to remove your links if we're not working together. So please let me know. Sneak says, okay, bye. Why do I get these documents? Like, what is this? Dude, not her threatening, not me having this scammer, like how not to be scammed 101. Learn it at Mellyverse because this is exactly what you don't do on the internet. I'm literally about to pass out. Dude, Kenzie just got almost scammed. Gives her whole address and everything. How not to get scammed by fake people on Instagram when you think you're a model. She thinks she's sponsored by God. Dude, she's so stupid. Cree is like, good. I'm glad she got scammed. Dude, that's hilarious. I'm sorry. That makes my night. Like, knowing people were trying to scam her, I'll literally sleep in peace tonight. Like, you can't be that dumb, can you? Apparently, I can make an account called Sneaks and start DMing people to have them send me their address and shit. She thinks she is so wanted. Wow. Okay, let's move on. That was funny. That was real funny. Okay, the next thread is Thunder. Thunder says on March 21st, what did those FAGS ban you for? Kenzie sends a photo, sends emojis. Thunder says, no hateful behavior though. Sorry for saying FAG though. And then says, exactly, the dirty ass bandits. Kenzie says, thank you for making a new TikTok account, but I don't even know if that will help. Thunder says, definitely do it. Have some backups. Thunder says, go on Insta Live for 10 minutes so we can at least see you. Thunder says, LOL. Kenzie says, I have a backup. It's baby Cushy. Maybe I'm not home anymore. LOL. Thunder says, oh, you outside? Shame. Okay, I don't like this person. Thunder says, FAG hunting. LOL. Only joking. Sorry. I have a strange sense of humor. Just sneeze. It keeps like going away. Thunder says, followed it. Kenzie sends emojis. Thunder says, by the way, if you like the gays, I'm sorry. Thunder says, oh my goodness, I was watching a live and their mom came home being racist. Instant ban. Kenzie says, I'm dead. I wish I didn't get banned. Thunder says, same, I'm gutted. I was really enjoying your live. Sorry if I'm annoying you. Please say if I am. Thunder says, hey, how are you today? Kenzie says, I'm at the shop right now. Thunder says, sorry, didn't mean to disturb you. Happy shopping. The next day, Thunder says, yum, to Kenzie's story. And says, how are you? Sorry if I annoyed you. And then responds to Kenzie's story and says, I don't have a vagina, so you're safe. Thunder says, if I have pissed you off, I am so sorry. March 24th. Are you going live? Says Thunder. Do you hate me? Says Thunder. Hey, bro, please don't hate me. I mean no harm. Thunder then says, when will you be live? No response from Kenzie. Thunder says, thank you for welcoming me back. Sorry, I've been a jerk. No response. Thunder says, perfect, to Kenzie's story on April 2nd. And then says, please, may I say something, please? April 3rd. Thunder says, don't worry. You keep ghosting me on your live. I unfollowed you. I promise I'll leave you alone. I only wanted friendship. I'm sorry I annoyed you so much. April 10th. Thunder says, beautiful, to Kenzie's story and sends emojis. Thunder says, please stop hating. I'm genuinely sorry. No response. April 15th. Thunder says, Oh my goodness. Wow. No response. Thunder says on April 27th, how are you? Then says, yes, to Kenzie's story. Then says, how are you? Are you okay? No response. Next thread. DH coupons. DH says, hi, this is Miro, 𝗫𝗫. Follow, I will be in charge of the cooperations. Kenzie says, oh my God, that is so sad. Nice to meet you. Wait, what? What is so sad? Oh, Wilbur has left our department. Kenzie said, oh my God, that is so sad. Nice to meet you on January 5th, 2022. Thank you. DH says, hi, you received this product, right? And sends a photo. Kenzie said, yes, I posted a TikTok as well. DH says, can you send me a link? And now do you have any sample request? Kenzie sends a TikTok. She says, I just put in 2 yesterday. I haven't got any word back though. I just tried to apply for more, and it's saying I applied for 5 and I only applied for 2. DH says, when you finish, you need click receiving and fill the review link in AFF, and then you can reapply items. March 11th, DH says, so now you apply other thing? Sends Google Docs. Kenzie's so dumb. People are like this for real. If someone sends you a Google Doc asking you for your information like this, like, why would you give it? She's so dumb. Like, I thought she was dumb before. Now I'm like, wow. D, says, and I think you can apply something here for 4 items. Tell me the category number, color, and size. Kenzie says, let me open it on my computer and I will let you know. 11 in white or black. Wait, Kenzie was a size 11 in shoes? She says 11 in white or black, 5, 15 white or black, 30 any. Thank you for helping me. Oh, I don't know what she's talking about there. Oh, the numbers, like they're matching numbers to stuff. She says, thank you for helping me. She says, hey, so I have a problem with the Fendi purse link. It's not letting anybody click it. DH says, hi, you mean it's not working? Kenzie said, yes, let me take a screenshot. She sends a photo. She says, is there a new link? Question mark. DH says, hi, can you share me the link which you can't visit? And then they send another Google link, Google Doc link, and then another one. Says, you can fill this sheet with which you want. To avoid misunderstanding, please fill out this form. Kenzie says, okay, let me do that right now. Kenzie sends a link to, says that link that don't work. I filled out 5 things. I also filled out the forum. DH says, okay. Kenzie says, is there a new code for the Fendi bag? DH says, I'll ask my colleague. Kenzie says, thank you. That was on March 19th. And then March 23rd, Kenzie says, did you hear anything about it? Or did the seller get taken down? DH says, sorry, your fans just could use a universal coupon on the web. Kenzie says, somebody deleted all of the information I put in the file. Do you want me to fill it out again? Just let me know. DH says, I don't know, maybe because the seller deletes the products. You can find the same product on our web and generate the promotion link, put them in your link tree again. Kenzie says, it's not letting me request any samples and I didn't request anything. DH says, you fill out the promo link in affiliates when you post a video review. Kenzie says, yeah, I have links in my link tree. I can't request any samples. DH says, hi, I found that you don't have any video on your TikTok channel. Kenzie says, do you need me to send you the links? Because I have made multiple videos on different products. That's not the problem. The problem is I can't apply for sample products. DH says, I know, but our new rule is make sample request quantities based on sales. After the system upgrade, the number of applications has become the default of 1. and they send a link to her. She says, I haven't received that yet, so I can't make a video on it. DH says, and I saw that you've applied this and it has been shipped. Kenzie says, so I can only apply for one thing and that counts until it arrives. DH says, I know you still not received that. I just tell you. No, but first I need your cooperation channel because the history channel doesn't exist anything. Kenzie says, where do I fill out the cooperation channel? They send a link to her and says, now you can use this channel or you have a new one. Kenzie says, I do. I just have my account on private at the moment. She says, somebody reported a comment of mine and my account is under review, but it will be back up on the 5th. April 27th, she says, foam runners came. And that's the last of that thread. Dude, why does she think everybody wants her to model? DH Gate, dude, why is she getting scammed left and right? Why is she doing all this shit? Where's her mother? I don't know. Someone should be babysitting this psychopath. Oh my God, I am dying. Guess who the next thread is with? Amber Heard. I feel like this can't be real. This can't be real. Kenzie sends a message to Amber Heard on April 26th and says, you suck. And then says, weird hoe on April 27th. She's harassing Amber Heard. That's really cool. I love that we know she was harassing Amber Heard when she basically is a little Amber Heard. That's hilarious. Anyways, moving on. IMG models. Kenzie sent them an attachment on April 27th. And then I hope Amber Heard scams her. Yeah, right. Do you think anyone would take her as a model? Dude, Amber Heard deserves it. That's hilarious. So 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 February 15th, Rick Photography sends an attachment on February 17th. Kenzie sends one on February 18th, another one on March 2nd, March 11th again. Kenzie says, "Can we do a shoot like this?" Rick Photography says, "It is a matter of finding a location for that." Kenzie says, "Yeah, I don't know where we could find something like that, but there has to be somewhere like that." Rick says, "I mean, we can figure something out." Kenzie sends an attachment on March 14th and March 27th. And that's where it ends. Then she contacts Wilhelmina Models. Wow. Kenzie really thought she was up there with like the Victoria's Secret models. Let me know in the chat. Is Kenzie a Victoria's Secret model or no? I'm curious because she's on here acting like she is. So I'm curious what you guys think. Be honest. Don't lie. Her dog also stepped on a bee. Cree says no. B12 says Kenzie could have been a Johnny Depp groupie though. Anton says hell yeah. Hussein said maybe in her mind. Mallory says, Melly, you know my answer. Evie says no. Get out, Melly. You guys, she's contacting Wilhelmina Models. Do you guys know what that is? Like that's like the model. Let me pull it up. That's like the model century or agency of the world, isn't it? Established in 1967, Wilhelmina Models is one of the world's leading modeling and talent agency. So, Nicki Minaj She was a Wilhelmina model? Is that true? The agency is renowned for managing established models and celebrities like Billie Eilish, Shawn Mendes, Nicki Minaj, as well as influencers Bridget Satterley. Yeah, Kenzie, I don't think you were gonna be with Wilhelmina models. No way. Temu, I think you're better off. I think Temu, you could get it. Yeah, she's a Temu model. Contact Temu posting agency. I'm dying. Okay. Wait. So she says to Wilhelmina model, she sends them a link to her photos on February 7th. And then she sends another one February 9th. And then she sends another one February 10th. She sends multiple. Dude. She sends another one on February 11th. Then February 18th. March 8th. April 10th. April 27th. No response. No shit. Then she sends another one to No Agency on April 27th. Then she contacts Cast by Us February 10th. Contacts them 3 times. February 11th, twice. February 18th, April 10th, April 27th. I'm not lying. This is how many times she's contacting for modeling. I'm sorry, I can't breathe. Oh my God, they're like, stop. Dude, I've missed you for weeks now. So glad I can sit here and enjoy it. Thanks for being here, great mom. I'm crying. Me too. I'm crying. She's reaching out to all these modeling agencies. Ford models? Dude. Restraining order? Wait, Ford models? Okay, let me pull up Ford models. Based out of Los Angeles, is an American international modeling agency based in New York. Jerry Ford. Eileen and Jerry Ford. It was created by them. The world's most prestigious modeling agency. Dude. So she says Ford models. February 7th, February 9th, February 10th. Sends 4 links. February 11th of 2022, February 11th again, February 18th, March 8th, April 10th, April 27th. Next thread. Pouchy. Kenzie says on April 8th, LMFAO, yes. Pouchy likes the message. Pouchy says, I can't even count on my hands how many times I've done this. Kenzie says, me every 3 days. 0 to 100 real quick. Pouchy says, likes the message. OMG, for no reason like a superpower. Kenzie says on April 27th, OMG, nothing. I don't know what the they're talking about. Pouchy says, likes the message and says, period. And they all think they better. Like, baby, no. Kenzie says, we're always on the top. We're always on top. Pouchy likes the message and says, OMG. The next thread is with the nail brat. Kenzie says, January 15th, you are the best I've been to since my last tech moved. I didn't forget about you, girl. My nails are just effed up. The nail brat likes the message and says, thanks, boo. Kenzie says, April 25th, hey, girl, I was just wondering if your sister or something was a makeup artist. I'm pretty sure it was you that posted on your story a while ago. Nail brat says, yes. Sends a photo or a link. Kenzie says, thank you. Nail brat likes the message. April 27th. April 27th. Kenzie says, also, do you have any openings before May 20th? I have really sensitive nails and they are pretty damaged because I bite my nails. Have you dealt with this before? Because some of the other people I have been to file the F out of my nails and really mess them up. The nail brat says, I have, but I would recommend to leave them alone until you plan on getting them done so the nail can grow strong. My availability is posted on my booking link. Kenzie says, April 27th. I haven't had nails in a while, but they are pretty thin and I don't want to make them any worse but my prom is coming up and I want short French tip nails. I'm going to check your booking right now. If you want, I can send you a video of them to help you get a better idea. Thank you, girl. The nail brat liked a message. Next thread. Som says, you look gorgeous. Kenzie says, I love you, bae. Thank you. Next thread. Chet. His name is Chet. Chet. Kenzie says, I want to model for you. I'm a petite model. I would love to model for you. Why does she call herself a petite model? Hi, Kat Randall. She's persistent. That's effed up that nobody was going to tell her. I modeled for Versace. Yeah, I'm a model too. She's definitely a cluster B. Dude. She says, okay, next thread. Camila says, February 2nd. If you don't win, I'm going to be mad. I ain't even go to your school. Kenzie says, bro, I love you. I will for real kill everyone there if I lose. I think this is when she lost Best Dressed. Camila likes a message and says, LMAO, I love you, girl. Kenzie said, yes, on April 1st. Then says on April 21st, bitch, are you at Universal? Camila says, no, that was in Oregon. That pic was a while ago, though. Okay, end of the thread. Next one, Giant Vintage. Kenzie says on April 17th, 2022, I want to work with you. My TikTok is Baby Kush. I have 14K. No response. Next thread, somebody named Ken. Ken says, your ring, emojis to her story. Kenzie says, I love you. Ken likes a message. Next thread, what a baby. Kenzie says, I would love to. What a baby likes a message and says, hey, love, I found models, but will keep you in mind for any future shoots. Thank you. Kenzie says, emojis. What a baby liked her message. Kenzie said, oh my God, yes, April 15th. What a baby likes her message. So What a Baby decided to go with other models. Are we surprised? No, we're not. Baby Kush is her name. Maybe I should change mine to Baby Melly Kush. Oh my God, that's my evil laugh. Sorry. I'm a Skeletor model. Baby Melly Kush. I think I might like that actually. She just eats everything up she gets in DMs, right? Baby Melly Kush. Did the girl go down the stairs before or after she won Best Dressed? I think it was before, Rochelle. Okay, next. Luxury Bag. Luxury Bag says on April 12th, hi. Kenzie says, hey, now I'm getting your message. Luxury says, I can finally see my message. Emoji. Kenzie says, yeah, I don't know what was happening. Nice to meet you. Luxury says, it's okay. Nice to meet you too. Sends a photo. Sends another photo. And another one. And another one. And another one. And more photos. And more photos. Luxury says, do you have this bag? Kenzie says, I do not. Smiley. Luxury says, so do you like this bag? Kenzie says, yes, it's super cute. Luxury says, okay. Where are you from? Kenzie says, Ohio. Smiley. Luxury said, what country is this? Russia? Question mark. No, Ohio is not in Russia. Can you tell between a scammer or no? Like, we don't claim her. Wait, is Ohio in Russia? Did I miss something? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I missed something in geography class. Okay, apparently Ohio's not in Russia. Let's move on. What country is this? Russia? Kenzie says, I live in America. Luxury says, okay. Luxury says, please give me this. Contact name, address, basically all her information. And then they say, please fill in your address according to this format so that I can ship to you. So Kenzie puts her address and all her information. Luxury said, contact name? Kenzie says, Mackenzie Shirilla. Luxury says, okay. Do you want the bag in this color? Sends a photo. Kenzie said, yes. And sends a bunch of hearts. Luxury says, okay. Luxury says on April 13th, can you share my bag on your TikTok when you get the bag and add the tags, please? Kenzie says, yes, I will do an unboxing. Luxury sends emojis. April 13th, Kenzie says, let me know when you ship it and thank you so much for working with me. Luxury says, sure. April 15th, Luxury says, can't wait. Can we wait for a while? Due to the impact of COVID, our city is under lockdown and cannot ship normally. Kenzie says, I completely understand. I'm just excited that you guys are working with me. Take your time. Luxury says, thank you. We'll be in touch soon. By the way, I guess you should be interested in Amazon reviewer. If yes, please let me know and I will tell you more details. Kenzie says, yes, sure, of course I'm interested. Luxury says, I will give you free products from time to time if you need. You can place an order to buy. When you receive the goods and give our product 5 stars at the 5 days later, we will give you a full refund via PayPal. Can you accept? Kenzie never responded. I think Kenzie knew she was getting ripped off. Please advise Kenzie is now property of the state of Ohio. Unfortunately, not available for international booking. Not quote unquote working for free shit posts. Dude, Russia can have her, said Alsane. I'm screaming. Luxury bags. Hey. They actually want her to buy it. Is she that dumb? Okay, at least she didn't respond to them in that one. Okay, next. Maggie. Maggie sends an attachment on January 28th. Then Maggie says on April 15th, that's beautiful AF. In response to Kenzie's story. Kenzie says, love you. She says, I better get best dressed. Hee hee. Maggie says, love you too. Next thread, L. L says, for real? Like, what about it? In response to Kenzie's story on April 10th. April 15th, L says, how does it look on? Kenzie says, April 15th, I don't have a pic of it on, but it's tight and has a trail. Oh, this is when she's selling that ugly dress, right? I think so. Kenzie says, I can try it on when I'm home for you. Elle says, thank you. IPD shop. Kenzie says on April 8th, do you have any bikinis? IPD shop. Hi, yes. Posting a size medium Ed Hardy bikini today. Okay. Then next thread, Alicia. Alicia sends an attachment on January 5th. Kenzie sends an attachment on emojis on February 16th. What did I say? Yeah, January 5th. And then Kenzie sends emojis on February 16th. Alicia sends on April 14th, yes, bitch, in response to Kenzie's story. Kenzie says, I love you. Anuzia. Kenzie said on March 24th, do you make customs? Anuzia says, yes, yes, I do. I'm taking a few orders for customs soon. Kenzie says, oh my gosh, will you let me know when you are? Because I'm obsessed with your work. Anuzia likes a message, says, thank you, will do. Lola says, hey, where are these shorts from? They're so cute. Sends a photo. Kenzie says, PacSun high-rise festival shorts. Lola says, thank you Thank you so much. Kenzie says, anytime, bae. Moth Carcass. Weird name. Kenzie says on February 5th, LOL. And then on February or April 13th says, what the F? Who posted that? And then Kenzie says, April 13th, if people hating, just know you're doing something right, babe. Okay. Next thread. Lily. Lily says, I'm scared to talk about that P guy and his hackers. Dude, I'm cracking up about the hackers and Kenzie. I'll never get over it. Lily says on March 21st, hello from Brisbane, Australia. We love your guys' accent so much, girl. Kenzie sends hearts. Lily says, can we be friends? Kenzie says, yes, of course, bae. Lily says, yay. That sounds like a scam account too. Brooke says, April 11th, girl, can you just call me? Post her number. Brooke says, I'm way too busy to be focused on fake accounts, LOL. The only accounts on TikTok that follow me are fake as hell. Brooke says, LOL, I just post for fun. Kenzie says, okay, cool. If you know who it is, let me know. Because it's weird AF. Brooke likes a message. April 12th, Brooke says, hey, I just reached out to a friend about that thing on TikTok because I haven't been to the high school in 2 years and I don't know what goes on. But whoever that was is mean AF. I look at your page because I like your aesthetics, but I don't follow you because I don't like seeing people I know on my For You page. I don't have anything bad to say about you, especially because you've been nice to me since middle school. I was extremely bullied in middle school, so I just remember the people who were nice to me. Trust me, I've been called the same shit by people in Strongsville, so I get it. So I don't go around calling others that. Although it's weird AF that account follows me, I don't know who they are. Random ass people from Strongsville stalk my socials. It's weird. But whoever it is, don't give them attention. That's what they want. And besides them, even commenting gets you more views. Kenzie says, yeah, they're deaf someone from Strongsville framing you, but I just wanted to make sure. DW girl, I love you and we're cool. Next thread. Oh my God. She contacts 𝗲𝗲𝗏 modeling. She's contacting 𝗲𝗲𝗏 here. Who is that? Some weird sketch person. Okay, so she contacts 𝗲𝗲𝗏 model, sends them a link on April 10th. 𝗲𝗲𝗏 says, thanks, Mackenzie Shirilla, for reaching out to us. Your message is important. Okay. And then on April 11th, they said, we're primarily working basically modeling audition paperwork. Kenzie doesn't respond. Kenzie contacts Fendi. She really thought she was Kylie Jenner. Wilhelmina models, Ford models, 𝗲𝗲𝗏. And now she's contacting Fendi. I'm shook. She sends them a link on April 10th. Blend It contacts Kenzie for an affiliate. Kenzie says, yes, I would love to collaborate. What are you looking for? Then they send her, that's great. You will earn from clicks and this can vary. Putting the link in your bio and promoting it through a video, telling your audience about it and the sale. So if you have PayPal, we can set you up, then let you know what's next. Kenzie said, will you guys be sending me some sort of item to review? Or are you just wanting me to post a video talking about the product? I have 10.5K on TikTok. Kenzie says, I could put your link in my link tree. I get over 300 clicks on my links. Blend It says, yes, that would be great. You could do that. Let us know. There's a discount code summer for 45% off. We don't gift clothing outside of Australia right now, but you will be earning. And they send her a link and they say, this is a link. Do you have PayPal? So that's where earnings will be sent to you. And then on April the 10th, they're like, hello? She never responded. Yeah, so I think she was catching on to whoever's ripping her off. Nanny says, you're the cutest on April 6th to Kenzie's story. Says, best one I've seen. Kenzie said, are you for real? Should I make a TikTok? Nanny said, yes. Kenzie sends emojis. Nanny likes the message. February 15th, Kenzie says, happy Valentine's Day, gorgeous. Nanny says, happy Valentine's Day, baby. Kenzie says on April 20th, OMG to Nanny's story. Nanny likes it. Nanny says, this picture's so good on April 10th. Kenzie says, I love you. I think I'm a post-a maybe. Nanny says, yes, please. I'm confused. What's worse, her or the amount of no-lifers that scam on Insta? What a scam. Dude, I'm cracking up. I work for free. Abuelita. Gorgeous my ass, said Anton. So then David, Kenzie says to David on April 9th, how much were yours? And that was it. Swallow says, weird name. March 29th, can I spoil you? Kenzie said, yes. Swallow says, I'm cool with it. My snap is big cheese. Hit me up and I'll take care of you. That aligns perfectly with my theory of Kenzie was cheating on Dom, even if it was on Snapchat. I fully believe that. That's why she was always accusing him. She was accusing him of cheating because she was always doing it. LOL, what? Yeah, the name was Cheese. I don't know. Yep. She was acting so insecure because she was doing it. What a cheesy name, dude. I swear that's what it said. The next one is Shop Sydney. Kenzie said, do you take requests or customs? Customs. Shop Sydney says, I don't take customs, but customs? Why do I feel like I'm saying that one? But I do take requests. Feel free to DM me any requests, or I also have a request tab in my highlights. Kenzie says, oh my God, let me look. Thank you, bae. What materials are you currently working with? Because I'm interested in a extra small thong bikini. Kenzie says, do you have any extra small for sale right now? Or even an extra small? Shop Sydney says, hi, Angel. Saw your message the other day. I lost it. I'm so glad you messaged again. My messages have been overflowing. I do have size tabs to help you see what suits are available. I do know I have one extra small off the top of my head. I have more in assembly as we speak. Kenzie says, I literally love you. Thank you for replying to me, girl. It makes sense that you're overflowing. Your bikinis are adorable and actually worth spending a lot of money on. What time are you dropping, babe? Shop Sydney says, thank you so much. Every Friday at 3. Ava says on March 23rd, they deserved it. In response to Kenzie's story, Kenzie says, LMFAO, I know you're not a bad person, girl. They definitely did. Kenzie said, yes. Ava says, I'm glad someone gets it, and likes the message. Sounds like Ava was being a mean girl. Regular thong is too much as it is. What? She doesn't even have money. She takes it from Dom. Yeah. Gary says, how do you manage being so hot? On March 20th. Gary, are you blind, sir? What do you mean? How do you manage being so hot? Gary says, "Hi, beautiful. I'm sorry if this offend you. Will you be interested in weekly payment allowance of $600 to be my online sugar baby? No sexual intimacy involved, just your online companionship." Question mark, question mark. Good morning. Kenzie says, "Hey, I'm interested. How do I know this is legit?" So when Natalie Shirilla wants to come into the chat or anywhere and talk her shit, this is proof that we're just not making this up. Kenzie was a little sugar baby, and I don't care what you say, Natalie Shirilla. That is my opinion only. Melanie is my future sugar mom. Cat Randall. She's so stupid. Gary from Teen Mom. I don't know, but Gary, please, we're gonna call the police on you because this is inappropriate. Moving on. TikTok. Kenzie sends an attachment to TikTok and says, "Fuck you guys," 2 times. Then says, "Makes it so bad for creators. F you guys. I hate y'all. F you. Your support system is shit. Reply to my DM." Well, she was also harassing TikTok. So not only was she harassing Dom and his friends, she was also harassing the platform TikTok. Dude, this is outrageous. If I thought she was dumb before, I'm officially dumbfounded. Okay, Journey. Journey says on April 5th, "Hi, Kenzie. How's your week been? I wanted to reach out because I'm looking to find women around the world that are interested in business and heavy on the work grind. If you are, can't wait for you to get back to me. Love your content, by the way." Kenzie says, "Hey, girly, I've been great this week. What business are you doing? And thank you so much." Journey sends a voice message. Kenzie likes Kenzie's messages. Kenzie says, "I'm still not understanding what kind of business this is, but I'm definitely interested in making money. Could you explain a little bit more to me?" Journey says, "Of course I understand. I'm working with professionals who are teaching me how to create multiple streams of income through my phone. It's a lot to explain over text. So go ahead and drop your number in the chat and we can find a time that connects, that works for us both." Kenzie never responded. Mackenzie work. I know. Marcus Schnuck. Marcus says on April 1st, "Would you send me a picture of your belly button?" Wait. What? I'm sorry. That like officially caught me off. I'm like I didn't even have anything to say. That's why I was quiet. It wasn't lagging, the StreamYard. No, I was lagging because my reaction was it's weird. Marcus says, would you send me a picture of your belly button?" Kenzie says, "LOL, how much?" So now she's selling pictures of her belly button. Yeah. Marcus says, "How much? What? Do you mean money?" Sends a photo. Marcus says, "I would like to have a picture like this, very close to your belly button and in good quality. Kenzie says, shit, maybe like $30 for a good quality photo. What do you think about that? Marcus says, no, $30 is way too much. The max I would spend is $10. It's just a picture. Kenzie says, my friends sell it for $50, so $30 was generous. Marcus says, I don't care how much your friends sell it for. It's a picture with an effort of like 1 minute. And you show your body to the world anyway. Kenzie says, I don't, but thank you. Stay weird. Marcus says, I just have a belly button fetish. It's okay if you don't want to do it for $10. Have a nice day. April 3rd sends emojis to Kenzie's story. I need to contact the FOIA department. Because what is this? Is this a joke? Is this a joke about the belly button? Pizza says, who jerks it to the belly button? This is crazy and a market I've never heard of. Okay, I think tonight on the second channel, we're going to go over there and I'm going to show my belly button. Yeah. I think we're going to start a belly button thing on the second channel. Yeah. I'm going to change the name of it. Dirty Belly Buttons. Yeah. Bring your dirty belly button. Dress up your belly button. Clean it out. I don't know. Ew, nasty. Abby says I don't like feet and buttons. Well, you better get used to it because belly button coming in hot. Hussein says, ew, no. We need you there. This is the best for you. Belly button charging $4.99. No, $4.99. Who wants to see my belly button dressed up in lingerie? Ew, pizza. That's disgusting. My belly button does not wear clothes. What up, Melly? Hey, Trippy. Are you interested in seeing my belly button? What if we put like, what if we get like, what do you call that when people are doing like a drama, like the acting tools? What do you call them? No belly button fetish here. I think we just uncovered something here at Mellyverse. The belly buttons. Don't undersell that belly button, girl. You know what, Pizza? You're right. Selling $50 a belly button photo. The props. Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking we could get some props for the belly button. What do you guys think? Not the acting tools. Method acting. I'm onto this. I'm onto it. Like, you don't even know. Where can I sell my belly button? For educational purposes only. Next thread. We're only going to do one more. Bammeron? Kenzie says, what the F, babe? You need a teaser. I think after that belly, I'm impressed she didn't give in. Belly buttons should say virgins until marriage. I have a few fetishes, but a belly button? I'm good. Melly, you have an inner or an outie? Mine? Now I can't tell you. You have to pay for that, William. You have to pay for the belly button. Q-tip props. I'm so done with this. Dupac says, hi, I'm a TikTok agent. I think your live stream has a lot of potential. I want to talk to you about a cooperation. I come from an official partner agency, something in the UK. We found your videos very creative and potential. We want to work with you. If you want more details, please reply 1. Kenzie says, yes, I'm interested. What's this about? Smiley. Dupac says, we're the official TikTok guild. We sincerely invite you to become a TikTok gold anchor. Kenzie says, oh my God, I would love to. How do I start? 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗜𝗏𝗦 says, please tell me your TikTok username and I invite you. Kenzie says, Baby Kush. Anyone who says they're working for TikTok and tells you that their name is this, 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗜𝗏𝗦, you can't be that dumb. Melly button 100%. I mean, there's a kink for everything these days. Let me know in the comments. Are you into the belly button kink? Maybe we can work something out. Pretty face Nat. Pretty face says, can she make a baby Yoda one? If so, ask her and I'll come get it whenever she's done. In response to Kenzie's story. I think this is when Mackenzie Shirilla was crocheting the tops, those ugly tops, whatever that was. Yeah. Mallory says, how is she so dumb? God, she's desperate. Not over here. So many scammers. Absolutely. Because she thought she was somebody special. I mean, look at her parents. So Kenzie says, oh my God, why do you say that? Because she's making a baby Yoda right now. Sends an attachment. Attaches a username. Kenzie says, you can message her and she will start making it for you ASAP. You're so cute. Pretty Face says, okay, yes, baby. Cam birthday is going to be Yoda themed. Thank you so much. I'll text her right now. Kenzie says, thanks for supporting us, babe. Pretty Face says, I'm here always. Kenzie says, I love you, Nat, on March 30th. I need good friends so bad. Yeah, you do. You do need good friends. Kenzie. Kenzie says, where you stay at? Pretty Face likes the message, likes all of her message, and says, I love you too, boo. You've been my girl since middle school. I know I don't text all like that. Life been kicking my ass with school and taking care of a baby, but I stay in Cleveland whenever you want to chill. I smoke again, so we can definitely blow bag for sure. Kenzie says, girl, yes. Next time I go out to eat in Cleveland, you should come with me. Pretty Face says, just let me know. Next thread, Jacob. Jacob says on March 21st, what happened? Kenzie says, I guess it's from saying that. I don't even know. Jacob says, damn, why can't cancers catch a break, cuzzo? Kenzie says, are you a cancer, cuz? Sends emojis. Jacob says, yes. I wonder if Jacob is really her cousin. Kenzie says, okay, I meant cancer women. I don't know any cancer men, to be honest. All cancer girls I meet, I hate so much. Jacob says, July 4th. This chat made me laugh so hard. The best. What? Because the belly button? Do you guys want to see my belly button? Next thread. Mates Christina. Kenzie sends a message. Mates Christina likes it. Kenzie sends an attachment March 30th. Christina sends an attachment March 30th. Kenzie sends one back. Okay. What are they? Cosmetology stuff. Keekers. Keeker says OMG to Kenzie's story on March 30th. Kenzie says, those pics have me so dead. The real Mer sends an attachment to Kenzie. Okay, that's just one message. Factory 12. Response to Kenzie's story on March 17th. Sends 2 emojis. Sends also can't send you. It showed that you don't receive new messages. Kenzie said, oh, that's weird. Let me try to fix it on March 17th, 2022. Factory 12 says, now is okay. I'm a DHgate AirPods seller. Would you like to collab with my AirPods? Sends a photo. Kenzie says, sure, I would love to. Is this a gifted collab or paid? Factory says, would you like to make it a gifted collab? We also have commission for 10% each orders. 10% ain't shit, but I guess it's something. Do you know the affiliate commission? Kenzie says, that sounds good to me. And yes, I'm already part of the program. Factory likes a message, says, yeah, so you know how to get commission links. Yes. Kenzie says, yes, I do. I just need the link of your product. Factory 12 likes the message, sends a link, and then says, would you like to send me your address now so I can send you AirPods Pro for making video posts on your TikTok? Yeah, right. AirPod Pros. You're getting ripped off, Kenzie. Kenzie didn't respond on the 17th, March 18th. Two Factory says, hi, friend. Says, would you like to send me your address so I can send you AirPods, help me make a video promotion? Says, hi, friend. Is there also collab? Hi, friend. Okay, so Kenzie caught on. She's like, I'm not responding. Anna Paul. Kenzie says, Anna, come smoke with me on March 29th. No response. Blue Bay Models. Kenzie says, apply here. Blue Base gives me the following. Located 5 professional pictures, a photo of your ID. Wow. This company is asking her for her name, where she's located, 5 pictures, and a photo of your ID. Why would she send this? It's wild. The amount of times she gave out her information. Kenzie says, I'm located in Cleveland, Ohio. I believe I'm a great model because I'm a petite girl and we don't see enough of us represented in the industry. I have modeling experience. I have a fiery personality and I'm willing to travel. She sent a photo of her ID. Keeps sending photos of herself and her ID. Wow. And that was it. They never got back to her. Of course they didn't. Wow. She's obsessed with the word petite. DH, is it cheap stuff from China? Really? I've ordered Uggs from there that they look real, feel real, but half the price for my kid. The shipping is more than the product. Don't forget psycho stalker lunatic. I ain't sending no one a picture of my ID. What the? Like, that's crazy. Tay, Kenzie says, hey, on March 28th, I seen one of your sets on TikTok video and I was wondering if it fits petite sizes. Tay says, Kenzie, thank you so much for your outreach. We do have 1 unit of petite sizing for strapless belt, top, and black only. Would you be interested in this color? Let us know. And then they said, as for the mini Venus skirt, extra small should be able to fit. If you can provide us your measurements. Okay, Kenzie never responded. Telfar Global. Kenzie says, when's the next bag restock? They say we restock, et cetera, et cetera. Sign up for our mailing list. Kenzie sends a photo. March 28th, she said, when is this restocking? Kenzie says, you guys said on the 28th, but the only bag restocked is the pink. They never got back to her. Zoe says on March 27th, hi, in love with little mushroom bag your mom made. Interested in buying one. Oh, so people were actually interested in Natalie's crocheting. Kenzie goes shrooms in her belly. That's hilarious. Kenzie says, do you have Venmo? Please make sure to comment friends and family. They are $20 for local pickup and $25 to mail. Would you want the color red? She could make it any color you want. Zoe says, I really want a pink one. I get paid on Wednesday, so I'll text you the order. Kenzie says, I appreciate you for supporting our small business. Just let me know. Zoe likes the message. Angelina says on March 27th, I want that backpack. Kenzie says, hey, bae, do you have Venmo? Please make sure to comment friends and family. They are $20 each. What is your mailing address? You can have any color you want, babe. Wow, people really wanted Natalie stuff. Angelina says, you made them? Kenzie said, my mom makes them. Angelina says, aw. She says, I don't have Venmo. Angelina said, only Cash App. Kenzie says, let me have my mom download Cash App. We can do that, bae. Angelina says, okay. Kenzie says, do you want red? I'll let you know her Cash App when she makes it. Angelina says, do we have to pay before we get it? How do I know it's legit? Kenzie says, you have to pay just like any other online shopping. I mean, it would be really rude to just scam random people that follow me on TikTok for only $20. Angelina says, yeah. Can she do a different color? How long would it take to come in? Kenzie says, probably like 2 to 3 days. And if you want, talk to my mom for more details. I could give you her Instagram, but she has been selling things online for years. Kenzie says, what color did you want? Angelina said, can I have your mom's Insta, please? Kenzie sends it to her, smiley. Angelina says, thanks. These are IG messages. If she wasn't in prison, I can't see her living past 19. Thank you. Are these texts? No, Drakey, these are the IG messages. We're taking a break from the text. We'll continue Dom and Kenzie text messages tomorrow. I just realized we hadn't finished these and I wanted to. Libel collab. Kenzie says on March 27th, hi, would love to collaborate. Her whole spiel again. I'll post her video, blah, blah, blah. Libel collab says, I'm okay. You can join, get products from our website for free. Would you be interested? Check out our beautiful products. Links. Kenzie says on March 27th, I appreciate you for reaching out to me. But if I pay the shipping, I don't really get anything in return. I'm still basically paying for the product. Label says, how? Dear, you can see the prices of our products and we have offered you 100% discount code. It's only for the ambassadors, not for the public. Random people buy from us on full prices. Kenzie says, yes, I'm aware, but as an influencer, I only work with brands if they send me the product completely free, which includes shipping. I've worked with many brands for my TikTok and gotten items completely free, including shipping. Thank you for thinking of me. Label likes the message, says, okay, have a great day. Kenzie says, you too. That collab didn't go so well. An influencer, I know. She does. She thinks she's an influencer. The next one, Vivian. March 27th, Kenzie says, hey, I seen your comment. Are you looking to collab? Vivian likes the message, sends the social media manager. We have a few spots to join. Would you be interested in promoting us? Kenzie says, yes, I would love to. What type of promotion would you like me to do in exchange for your products? Because I also do unpackaging videos on TikTok. Vivian likes the message and says, awesome. It would be sweet to have you representing. Earn $30 commission each time code is used. Also get 40%. Check out our beautiful products. You will just need to cover the shipping fee for each product. Here's the code. When you place an order, sweetie, please send me a screenshot so I can be able to update your package and to prioritize your order and generate unique code. Kenzie says, I'm sorry. Usually I don't have to pay for shipping. There's really nothing that I get out of this if I have to pay shipping, but I appreciate you thinking of me. They never got back to her. Not the shipping again. Yeah, she ain't paying for it, Mal. She's broke, remember? She ain't paying for not even the shipping. She's so annoying and desperate. When did Kenzie talk like this? On Instagram. Goldie got the locks. Says on March 27th, hey girly, I saw the bag your mom made on TikTok and would love one. What can I do to get one? Kenzie basically tells her it's $25. What's your address? She can make any color you want. They didn't respond. Lurav sends an attachment, basically a promoter again, probably a fake one. Kenzie says, tell them to message me. They never get back to her. Riley Danielle says, I'm in love with you on January 12th. Kenzie sends emojis. Kenzie says on March 26th, hot AF, responding to Danielle. Danielle likes the message and says, love you. Next one is Alex. Maybe Alex. Spelt incorrectly. Kenzie says, me. Kenzie says, be my friend on March 18th. I love you. Smoke with me. Bae, smoke a wood with me or sip with me. Emojis, no response. Whoever Alex is didn't want to talk to Kenzie. Michaela. Michaela says March 23rd, what is girl code? In response to Kenzie's story. Kenzie says, probably not fucking your friend's boyfriend, you know? That is hilarious. Hey, Chucks. That is absolutely hilarious. Next thread, Busty's influencers. Kenzie sent an attachment. They never got back to her. DJ Harrow. Kenzie says, DJ says, your dad is pretty awesome. Kenzie sends emojis on the February 24th. DJ sends emojis on March 9th. Then on March 23rd, responds to Kenzie's story and says, how so? Next thread, okay. PMT Clear Lake. Kenzie said she's my favorite. No response. That's the end of that thread. HAV. AV says, Kenzie says, where, Ava. Oh, Ava. Ava says, where did you get those pink shoes? Ava says on March 21st, a thrift store. Do you want them? They're a little beat up. Kenzie says, yes. What size are they? Girl, I will cry. Ava said 6 or 7, I think. Kenzie says, I will take them. OMG. The next thread is Farisso. Farisso says, from the gifts, do you actually make money? Kenzie says, yes. I made like $1 though. Farisso says, LMAO. 420 Ray. 420 Ray says, same to Kenzie's story. Kenzie said, what happened? 420 says, no idea. They just keep banning me. Aaliyah says, they're always banning you, in response to Kenzie's story on March 21st. New thread. Kenzie sends a photo. Says, how is this hateful? LMAO. Aaliyah says, I be watching your videos and somehow you're always banned. Kenzie says, they shadow ban the F out of me. I don't know why. Aaliyah says, they're jealous of you, bruh. You're pretty and they always hating. Kenzie says, what's your TikTok? For real. They always got something to say. Aaliyah sends her TikTok. Next thread, Queen Calissa. Kenzie says on March 7th, wow. Queen says, thank you. Kenzie says, congratulations, March 19th, in response to her story. Calissa says, thank you. Okay, and that's where we're going to end. God, this family is pathetic. I know. And we're ending there. We've already been live for 2 hours. We're about 900 pages away from being done. So that is not. I will definitely have to make 2 more lives for this, unless we can do a long one tomorrow and finish. That was pretty funny. So her mom or someone was responding to as an influencer, Kenzie, after the crash. Yeah, it was Natalie Shirilla. Only $20. Yeah, only $20. Oh my God, 900 more pages of this shit. Yes. We still have this, and then we are going to finish the text messages, which is, we're far away from that, but I kind of want to finish this before the text messages. So I will have to schedule it. I'll have to schedule it. I know you guys probably got a notification for my other live tonight, but I'll have to either reschedule it for after this or for tomorrow. So either way, shout out to you guys for being here. Don't get scammed. Don't sell pictures of your belly button. Please do not do it. even if you get paid. Hashtag hide the belly button. Hit the like button on the way out. Turn on your notifications. I will be scheduling for all day tomorrow. I'm dropping a Kenzie call video tonight. Mallory says due tonight. Yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to reschedule the Wade one for tomorrow, and then maybe we can do Epstein. Whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm not showing you my belly button. Okay? You can't pay me for it. For educational purposes, please don't sell your belly button. Anyways, thanks for being here. Tap the like button on the way out. I will schedule the next live, whatever it is I decide to do, an after dark, true crime, whatever it is. You will probably see me back in just a little bit. Let me get some dinner and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for being here. Remember, these are social media, Instagram messages, not the same thing as messages with Dom. So they're two separate lives, two separate things going on. So we're going to try to get through these by tomorrow, and then we'll continue the text messages. We do have Jodi Arias. I know I've been promising it to you guys. We will be getting to that tomorrow. Like I said, I do have a Wade Wilson live. If I don't schedule it for tonight, we'll do tomorrow, but I'll definitely be back tonight, either an after dark or more true crime. But please don't forget to tap the like button on the way out. And thank you for being here. I'll catch you on the next one.